Welcome back. The question tonight is downtown Cleveland thriving? What challenges does it face ahead? And what does the future hold? All questions a lot of people are hoping to have answered this week at the annual State of Downtown event coming up this week. Joining us right now for a look at what to expect, Michael Deemer from the Downtown Cleveland Alliance. Boy, that's a healthy question. That's a lot of questions. What's going to happen here? Michael, let me ask you this to start it off. When we were getting ready for the Republican National Convention, things were springing up, okay, because we had to have them up. Hotels, restaurants, businesses, mainly hotels, so that we could host that amazing event. And then, quite naturally, it would look as though things would slow down, but it really hasn't, has it, downtown?
If anything, it's really accelerated coming out of what was an historic 2016. It was a year unlike any other. But in downtown Cleveland, we've continued to add jobs. We've continued to add residential growth. As we sit here today, there are over 1,500 apartments under construction just along Euclid Avenue between Public Square and Playhouse Square. We're going to hit 20,000 residents in downtown next year, and we're just going to keep going.
Yeah. When you talk about jobs coming to downtown Cleveland, that would mean businesses opening up in downtown Cleveland?
Yeah, we've over the last 3 years, we've attracted about 25 new businesses into downtown. We're adding about 800 jobs per year. We're the largest job hub in the state of Ohio with over 105,000 jobs in downtown.
Tell me about Euclid Avenue. Tell me the story of Euclid Avenue, all right?
Well, in the beginning, there was Millionaires Row. We'll flash forward a little bit. Last year, the Healthline celebrated its 10-year anniversary, and Euclid Avenue has been so important to the history of downtown Cleveland. It's our historic Main Street, and at the end of next year, really between Public Square and Playhouse Square, it's going to feel really complete and really be a model for what we want the rest of downtown to look like. There's going to be 20 residential buildings between Public Square and Playhouse Square, and close to 5,000 people living in that stretch. And that's really a symbol of what we want to see around the rest of downtown in terms of job growth and residential growth.
Would you say the attraction now to living downtown Cleveland has made downtown Cleveland younger? Because when I go out and I see people coming out of their apartment buildings, they're young. They're a lot younger than me.
Well, I mean, our sweet spot is definitely that 25 to 35-year-old demographic. Well,
I think you're hitting it. I mean, just on a visual.
Well, and part of the attraction of living downtown is that the nightlife, the amenities, the entertainment. You can walk to your ball games, you can walk to the theater, you can walk to the bars and restaurants, and that really is the main attraction.
Now, at the State of Downtown event at the City Club, which is Thursday, okay, and there's going to be a big crowd there. There are also going to be people from other metropolises there, right? Do you compare notes with how things are going? There'll be someone from Minneapolis, someone from Milwaukee there. Yeah, what's going on in their towns?
Yeah, we really do. I mean, it's an opportunity for Downtown Cleveland Alliance to share a little bit about what's going on in downtown Cleveland, but it's also a terrific opportunity for Clevelanders to hear, in this case, from one of our guests, Michael Langley from Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Beth Wyrick from downtown Milwaukee, where we can really hear a little bit about how our downtown compares to what's going on in theirs, and frankly, share some best practices. I mean, if they may be doing some things that we need to look at here, and vice versa.
Yeah. Well, I think that you tell a great story. Thanks, Michael, for coming in.
Well, thanks for having me,
Look forward to the event coming up on Thursday at the City Club.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right. When we come back, with the rain and mild weather here, one of the best new lawn mowers you can buy to tame that unruly lawn, and Betsy's forecast straight ahead after our second time out.